Hi and welcome to Whisky Shared. You're watching my review of Bunnahabhain Stiùireadair. I'm Toby and you're watching Whisky Shared. Welcome to my review of Bunnahabhain Stiùireadair. This is the first of 3 Bunnahabhain reviews that I'm doing. The first is the Stiùireadair, which is an unpeated Islay whisky from Bunnahabhain. Bunnahabhain is the Scots Gaelic word for mouth of the river, and Bunnahabhain have been going since 1881. This particular one is matured in sherry casks and is 46.3% ABV. It's natural colour and non-chill filtered. Should we find out what it tastes like? On to the whisky. Right, so before I start nosing and tasting, I'll point out that this retails for around £37 in the UK, but can be found on offer at as little as 25. Let's start with the colour. I'd say that's something like Amontillado sherry. There is a really sort of nice tone to that. But let's start with the nose. Right, so it's fruity to start with. I'm getting orchard fruits. And then that turns into something like, it reminds me of cognac. It's quite spirity on the nose. Getting some cereal, like oats, maybe like biscuity now. There is quite a lot going on, even though there is that sort of main spirity tone. There's a slight nuttiness. And there's even like a hint of salt in there. Yeah, lots going on, but that spirity note is quite dominant. Let's try the palate. Yeah, so the first punchy flavour is quite solventy. There's a strong peppery prickle. It really does amplify on the palate. But that solvent note that I picked up on the nose is still strong on the palate. Let's have another sip, see what else I can pick up. Yeah, so I'm starting to pick up the sherry influence. There's like rich stewed fruits. There's a slightly tannic dry note, but along with the sort of dry sort of wine note, there is like a dry wood note as well. There's not so much prickle now on the palate, but there's quite a lot of heat. It really is quite noticeable. That solvent note is still there. It's like almost like aftertone. It really is quite strong. In terms of finish, there's more solvent that lingers. There's that dry wood, and there's that sweet, slightly tannic sort of sherry wine note that sort of lingers. In terms of strength, it's like a medium strength, sort of medium length sort of finish, and yeah, once that solvent note starts to dissipate, those sweet sherry flavours are quite nice on the palate. In terms of value, I'd say at £25 this is an absolute bargain. That solvent note is a bit punchy. I have tried this with water and that solvent note does come down, which is quite nice. Although it's quite drinkable neat at 46.3%, I think if that solvent note is a bit too punchy for you, then add a few drops of water and it is quite nice. In terms of, enjoyment, maybe that solvent is it's just a little bit too much for my palate. The fact that I'd have to add water most times to drink this is a little bit of a shame, but I may just be a bit sort of, sensitive to that note in this whiskey, and it may well suit your palate a lot more. If you've tried this and you pick up that solvent note, then let me know in the comments. And if you don't pick up that note and you pick up other things that I haven't, then let me know too. But if this sounds up your street, then I'll put links in the description. And if it doesn't, well, I'll hopefully see you for the next one. Sláinte.
I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, why not give it a like or a comment? And please consider subscribing for more videos like this.